I am hot damn. And silly
and Peely. We're back.
Now, there you damn.
Yeah, Val, there you did. Hey, y'all, we're back out. Glad to be back. Gonna start out today with a couple questions and then let it go to where it goes into some stories. So, had a question that come from Deb Bell from Tucson, Arizona, and she asked who made out Elvis's grocery list and who actually went and got the groceries for Graceland.
Well, that's probably the hardest question I've ever had in my life. I really don't know where to begin. But I tell you what, in California, the cook, I'm going to mention her name.
Sure.
Lillian. And she would make out the list, and a lot of times, if it was something new that Elvis wanted, Marty would add to it. And me and Joe would go out and do the shopping a lot of times. The maid. And we liked going, you know, so we'd go out and do the grocery shopping a lot of times for in California. Now in Memphis, I think the maids did most of the shopping. I don't know who wrote the stuff down, whether it was Uncle Vernon or what, but he would you know,
Ladybug.
yeah, little thing on.
That's good luck.
Fly by, bye bye.
But
anyway, why in the world would a ladybug want to light on you?
Bring me good luck.
Oh, okay. But anyway, get back to the story.
And
Excuse
Delta
us.
did it in the later years.
Hey, you know, you're right. This is Joe from Kokomo.
Little Joe from Kokomo.
And
That's what Rick used
she
to call me.
reminded me, and it's true, Aunt Delta, after she started living at Graceland, she started doing the shopping. And with that, I never said so much.
I know
Came up with so much.
and too, of course, he said in parts of California. I know when we was had went out to Palm Springs on one of the vacations that hey, it's kind of funny. We got into it in one video, but Mama and Al Strada actually made out the grocery list, and out there, Mama, you called it in, didn't you? You didn't have, nobody had to go shop. They delivered it. So.
Actually, Al had made it out, and he was in a hurry that they were going to do something. And he asked me if I would call it in at the store, and they would deliver it.
Yeah.
So I called it in, word for word.
And I think we put that out in another video. But anyway, Deb, we appreciate your question, and hope we got it answered for you.
We had another question that I noticed, and it was from a fan that said we had talked about, you know, Elvis's presence when he'd walk into a room, and she said, "Well, has it always been that way?" And
That's a good question.
it is, and it's a great question. The only way I can answer that, Deb, is it was for me. But other people I can't say, but I think so, because most of the time, you know, they, other than their mouth dropping and hitting the ground, well, I'm about to, no, a lot of times they would, you know, they would just kind of stare at Elvis, and then they would finally get into a, you know, to a comfortable situation and talk, you know.
Our fame
I think a lot of his, even a lot of his high school friends, you know, noticed it too.
It was.
That's the best way I can answer it.
Yeah, it was definitely, and I've said it in some videos before. We've talked about it, but it's definitely. I mean, you knew when he was in the room, and it actually for me and Joey as youngsters, it was you got the thrill of just knowing that he was going to come downstairs soon.
What?
And it was like, you know, like
superhero.
it's hard to, yeah, it's hard. I mean, hope that makes sense. But it was just like couldn't wait. It was like like a superhero.
Well, I had the same gift, The only thing was smell. They could smell me before I couldn't do it.
You still have it.
Oh,
But no, I mean it. I don't know. It's kind of undescribable, isn't it? I mean,
it was.
Yeah.
It really was. I agree.
And you know what?
And people have asked, and it's just not a word I can come up with, to describe it. It just was what it was, as they say.
I think for everybody, I know, and I'll take that one a little further, just to ask, because somebody may ask it after they see this video. I mean, and I know we've talked about it, but still, but it was like that for you as a kid too. I mean, growing
Yeah,
up,
that's
wasn't
what
it? I
I'm
mean,
saying,
it's like he had that.
And, when he was a teenager and he would sing, we just played the guitar and sing, it was captivating, I just stood and,
Just that special
most of the
gift.
time you couldn't tell if I was standing or sitting, but,
Still
anyway.
can't.
I know we can throw in more on that, and I just happened to think of bringing it up, and you can tell it when he had come out to my mom and Paul's, and Paul had told you can tell him that story about bring him in. I'll invite him in.
I don't know if I told that or not in another video, but it was funny. Joe's daddy and her mom and all, they really liked Elvis, and her daddy was always saying, if I ever met him, if he ever come out here, I'd be just like anybody else. I'd invite him in for coffee, and we could sit around and talk. And so, I guess it's maybe a couple of years later. We all had Cadillac convertibles. Natural Elvis had bought us, and he had come out to. He was riding in a couple of other cars. I forget who all it was, but there were some of the other guys with their cars, and they came out to my house to get us, and we'd take our car, and we was all gonna go riding in our convertibles. And he come out there, and he stopped kind of up on top of the hill, and what? My wife over here, you got. She's reminding me of something,
You got to start.
Look up. Is that the? Oh no. Anyway, we come out. I did. I come out and I went up to the hill and I was talking to him and all, and he said, "Here, get you. It's cause we're all gonna go for a ride, and I said, "Would you mind?" I said, "There's somebody here wants to meet you," and he said, "Oh, okay." So I called Joe's daddy. All called him Woodrow Norris, and told him, I said, "Come on up here." And he walked on up there, and I said, "Elvis, this is Joe's daddy, Mr. Woodrow Norris," and Elvis said, "How you do, sir?" And he just looked at him, and he said, "Hi, yeah, how are you?" And he just looked at him, and Elvis said, "Oh, I'm fine, sir," and "I'm fine." He said, "Well," and Elvis, I think he felt a little uncomfortable for her daddy, so he said, "Oh, Mr. Norris, we got to go." So he walked back down the hill. We all went for our drive, and we come back. When we come back, I couldn't stand it. I just had to, and Joe did too. She knew exactly what I was going to do. I said, "Mr. Woodrow," I said, "how about that coffee?" I said, "Is it hot and ready?" I said, "You think you're going to invite Elvis in for some coffee?" I said, "I noticed that you had so much to say and how you was going to talk to him just like a normal brother."
And that's why I want you. I mean, that's a good example.
I ragged him for a while about this.
He just left you like that. I mean, it's it's hard to explain.
Well, he's left me a many a time, boy. Just drive right on off, and I say bye. He left me. I stranded in downtown Birmingham a lot of times, you know. No, I'm just kidding.
T-Bone takeover. We might do a little singing. No, I'm just
No.
But, did you have any more questions for me?
Not right now, I don't, but
Okay.
we'll have some more, I'm sure.
Yeah, okay, so. You gotta stop.
Yeah, Joe here making faces at us, you know. She does this on every video.
Well,
I'll have to
With that,
strangle her.
I do want to say, check out our new Facebook blog. It's Memphis Mafia Kid.
We always
No,
love Elvis.
I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry.
Look, get your head, you know.
We always
Wow.
live Elvis. Colon MMK. And check.
Colon,
Yeah.
what's that got to do with it?
I don't. That's what Teresa told me to say.
It's a dot
I don't
over.
know.
It's a dot over the heart. You know what it is.
I don't know what a colon is.
My
I mean, anyway, y'all, we're carrying on having a good time. But yeah, check that out and tell us what you think. We appreciate you watching and your views, and we'll be back with another video next week. Remember what we always say. We always live Elvis.